allegiance first.
Here. Yes, roll call.
Yeah. Bob DeLong here. Rosie Quinn.
Here.
Judy Keller.
Here.
Ken Brown. Here. Randy Schutte.
Here.
All board present. Oh, and we have a guest tonight. Resident Mr. Nick Anthony with his attorney, Orlando.
No. Oh, no, that's two different people. It's just Nick Anthony and then Orlando Gomez is the secretary.
Okay.
Two different people.
Mr. Gomez?
No,
Or
he's
Orlando?
right. Orlando's right here.
Okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. You guys all looked at the agenda? Any additions or corrections to it? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Make a motion that we approve the agenda.
Moved by Randy, is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed to same. Agenda adopted. Minutes from last meeting. Do you have enough copies if anybody wants to read them?
Yep, right there.
So anybody needs a copy of last month's minutes, are available. Any additions or corrections?
Here's one correction.
Okay.
I put in here that I believe the trailer was to be in the late 90s, the trailer that was over on the 53 property, but it was, the trailer itself was actually in the 70s. So late 70s. So I will make that amendment to the minutes.
Do we need approval of that?
To approve that, we change it to the 70s. Isn't that in with the approval of the minutes?
I think we need to approve it.
Approve it.
With the corrections.
Right, approve, yeah. I make a motion to approve.
I rise to a point of order. To make a main motion, you must start with I move to or I move that. You must never say I make a motion to.
Excuse me, folks, I am so sorry.
Next time, young lady, recognition from the chair if you want to interrupt the meeting. Okay?
I rise to a point of order. Rising to a point of order.
Next time,
is
ma'am, if you
interrupting.
want to recognize from the floor, you raise your hand and you recognize from the chair. Thank you. Ma'am?
Rising to a point of order does not require recognition from the chair.
So you got the motion?
I make the motion to approve the minutes with the change of the year of the trailer to the late 70s.
Your second to it?
I second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the
Aye.
same. anybody wants a copy of it, clerk's put together basically a monthly statement, so if anybody has any questions can look at it. You're welcome to, as a body.
Can everybody hear me? Okay. Balances in our account, the general account is $39,608.63. The road account, $35,800.02. The fire account, $97,618.36. And the liquor account is $1,639.27, and that is February 16th.
Thanks, Rosie. Any questions from the board? Motion to approve.
Make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Second. Moved and seconded. All those in favor
Seconded. Ken?
signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Treasurer's report approved. Clerk's correspondence.
I just have one, I have one correspondence. When we're doing things in the office, I have a bid here from CU Tech, which is a computer store in Cass City, to get a cord that, for the printer for both computers, it's $26.78, and I'm just asking the board's approval to go ahead and be able to purchase that printer cable for, to be able to function with the printer and the computers.
You got any question?
Nope.
Motion to approve.
Move that we approve purchase of
Move to approve the purchase of that $26.78. Is there a second?
Second that.
Second, any further discussion? If none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Anything else?
No.
Planning Commission, do we have a report?
We did not have meetings since our previous meeting, so I have nothing to report. I don't know if Keith has anything.
Zoning administrator, anything you want to report to us?
We had another building permit for a bar the other week. The houses never started coming here.
Okay.
That's about it.
Any issues, anything needs to be addressed?
No. Everything's pretty good shape.
Report from the Board of Review. Pete?
Mary Ann is going to be here for the board review. And she's been doing some splits. We have a lot of splits in the township in the last little bit. And I worked with her, and we went around on all the building permits for her dad. And got them done in a day. And she's processing them back in the church.
You guys all hear that? Any question?
What is the date of the board review? Should, so everybody knows.
I don't have it publicized. I do have a,
That'd be a good idea.
yeah.
Yep.
It will be under your taxes when it comes.
I just thought it'd be wise to announce it.
Yeah, sure.
Anything else to add on? Dates, Greenleaf Township Board of Review meetings, Tuesday, March 14th, 2017, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Also Friday, March 17th, 2017, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Greenleaf Township Hall, Bay City Forest Road, Kansas City. Any questions?
Call and ask, that's why I wanted to.
I'll post it on the windows here.
Old business, status of lawsuits.
About the same status quo.
We've sent in the copy of the bond. Haven't heard back from them.
Not yet, they're still, Mr. Churchill told me earlier this week that they are going forth with it and doing whatever they have to do and contacting the bank and whatnot. So the bond attorney is Foster Swift is taking care of all that.
We'll have that done by the 23rd of April.
23rd of April, yeah.
Any questions? Status of the sale of Gilbert Road Township Hall, Old Township Hall.
We did receive 3 sealed bids on the 14th.
You advertised it in the paper?
I advertised it in
For
the
sale.
paper.
Right.
And those were all, like I said, they had to be here by the 14th.
All right, I have one here. Let you guys read it and then we'll announce it. due to the fact that I'm new to it, I guess my question is, do you guys know the procedure as far as sealed bids and open meeting as far as discussion?
Since I've been on the board, we've never had one.
Well, that's, you got you got 3 bids, you know, all honest and sincere bids, it looks like, and what's your pleasure? I mean,
I'm gonna stay out of it.
okay? Because I don't know the legal ramifications of it. Talk to the attorney, find out what the legal ramifications of the table are. What's your feelings?
I would think it'd be okay to discuss what the bids are. I don't know, we have to make a decision.
Okay. All right.
That was all done proper, it was
Yep.
advertised, and they were sealed, and we opened them.
I'd like them all over for a month.
Okay.
Think about it. And
Well, in the interest of the gallery, we're gonna bid some $9,999, $10,000, and $11,000.
$10,000.
$10,100, excuse me. Yep.
$11,000.
Is that a motion to table it till?
I move that we table this to a further meeting. Give us a chance to.
For a second to it?
I second that.
Any further discussion? Please? Hearing none, all those in favor say, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carried. Table until further review, and get some legal advice.
Bob, maybe we should redo that. I said I was gonna
Yeah, you
stay
should.
out of it.
Yeah.
I made the second, so let's
Yeah.
do that again.
All right.
Just ask
To the
for
fact that trustee was staying for the second, and won't move the second. Any further discussion?
Before we vote, do we want to just table it to the March 16th, 2017 meeting? 1 month?
Let's not put too many frame on it. Let's just.
Okay.
You can put a time.
Okay. All right. Second, okay, so it's a motion to table by Ken, seconded by Rosie.
Yep. Any further discussion? And then proceed to vote again, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carried. Table until seek some legal counsel on it.
Excuse me.
Sale sign on M53 property. We got sign bids, seal bids.
Sign bids. Sign, remember we talked about a 4x4 sign?
Sign.
Sign.
Okay.
Sign bids. There's sign.
Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
Excuse me, can I ask a question? What were the sealed bids for?
Township, the old township hall.
Okay.
Did we do anything on sign?
I got 3 bids for a sign.
Okay.
At the last meeting, we decided we'd like to put up a better sign on 53 property, possibly generate some more interest or whatever. So I did get 3 prices from 3 different companies to make a new sign. The sign is going to be 4 foot by 4 foot. We'll have, some pertinent information on it. I got a price from Crow Graphics of Cass City for $275. I got a price from Goats Graphics in Bad Axe for $175. And I got a price from Print Shop in Bad Axe for $275. So that's where we're at with that.
discussion on it?
I refrain.
All right. Okay.
The cheapest one.
Well, my question is, since the last meeting, have we had?
Yes, that numerous phone calls.
Some
so I
phone
would-
calls?
My position would be that, I don't know if it's an absolute necessity, other than the fact that some people say they didn't know it was for sale. If it's posted out there on a bigger sign, they'll know it's for sale. You know. But I've had,
How quick are they wanting to move?
well, I had told all of them to proceed the same, because they asked about bidding on it. I said, you can bid in any fashion you want, you can write on a piece of paper or any type, you go to a lawyer, you can proceed and put a bid on it, and we'll take bids on it, just like we are with our other building. And at this point, nobody submitted one, but I do have 4 or 5 people from basically the tip of the thumb to Sterling Heights that call on it. So there's a lot of interest in it.
I think for $175, we should go ahead and get the sign and
Give any time frame how quick this could be done?
make the sign. I would think of a week or 10 days, I guess. I didn't really ask.
You don't see anybody moving on this before that?
Not at this point.
Okay.
Like I said, in essence, in fairness to anybody that wants to submit a bid, we'll have some time. So, we accept bids, we'll have to set a time.
If we get some more interest in it, we might get a better price. So that's where I'm going. So I guess I'm gonna make a motion that we go ahead and purchase the sign for $175 and get it out there and revisit the issue at the next meeting.
Motion on the floor, is there a second to it? Moved and seconded, and any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Any other old business at this point? Yeah, Rosie?
I was getting price for lights.
That's down.
Is that, well, that's further down?
You got it
That's
on, I
further
think.
down.
Okay, all right.
New business, we have a business in the township that is seeking to invoke a liquor license. I guess at this point, unless you guys have any objections, I'd open it up for Mr. Anthony to make his presentation. I take it simply a letter that you received.
He called me to ask me to mention.
So, Nick Anthony, would you like to make your presentation to us and let us know what you're...
Yeah. Our business, we put out a lot of flyers.
Yeah, Nick, why don't you use that so everybody can hear and then.
Sure.
Just look at that.
Just flip it up.
Got it? All right. Hi, I'm Nick Anthony. We have the Rooster Ranch Hunt Club on Junior Road. We're applying for a liquor license. Right now, when guys come in, they bring their own alcohol. There's no drinking while they're hunting. This is for fundraiser events. We put on a lot of fundraisers for hospitals and cancer outings, stuff like that. So this is after all the hunting's done. Right now, guys bring their own alcohol. The way to control that is if we have a liquor license, they can't bring their own alcohol if it's only as served. So that's the reason for the license. There's a couple preserves in Michigan, the size of ours, that already have liquor licenses. Michigan law states there's no drinking and hunting, so that's not what we're trying to do. This would just eliminate people bringing alcohol with them. So that's the reason for the license.
Would you, if you did get a liquor license, and you wouldn't allow them to bring their liquor in?
That's state law. They can't bring their own alcohol. That's right. That's
You retain a liquor license.
correct.
They can't.
That's right. So we won't have guys bringing alcohol with them. They can only buy it while they're there, and there wouldn't be any alcohol served until all the hunting is done. Well, they can do that. Yeah. I mean, we don't check their vehicles or anything like that, but they're not allowed to drink their own alcohol when you have a liquor license. Right now, if you don't have a license, they can bring their own alcohol and partake in that. We put on safety meetings before all the shoots that, again, state law is there's no drinking and discharging firearms. So that's already in effect.
Are you gonna open it up for like, say, just not so much for fundraisers, but just say like, a group of family of 20 cousins and uncles get together and they come up and they hunt. Are you gonna open up the bar to them afterwards?
That is, yes, because now they would bring their own alcohol with them. If we didn't have a license, they would still bring it in. We put on a lot of bachelor party hunts, things like that. And, so yes.
So it would be just served like at your clubhouse?
That's right.
And then, you wouldn't like hang a shingle and say, hey, we're open every Saturday night, Rooster Ranch Bar,
No.
close at 2 a.m. That's
No.
not your intention, right?
That's not our intention.
Just
We,
for events.
That's right. We already put on all these events. A lot of them are local businesses, hospital outings, things like that. After their shoot, they have conferences. It'll be at that time. Yeah.
Any more questions?
I guess I would like some more info on how the whole process works. What we have total yay or nay, and then with our blessing, then you can achieve the state license. How does the process work?
Well, like what I said, for our verification, we have obviously, you have an attorney with you, right?
He's with me through this whole liquor license process.
We'd like to know what our obligation is as a township.
You guys aren't going to own the liquor license. That goes through the state of Michigan. The state of Michigan, if for any reason I wasn't allowed to have one, they would stop it. They told me that there's one available for our township. Matter of fact, my family used to own that when we had the Wildwood next to Wild John's until about 1980. So that license is, I guess, set dormant. It would be issued as a new license. Yeah. So you're not giving the approval for a liquor license. It's just that there's one available, and it's so everyone knows that that there would be a license going in there. As far as the legalities, he's the guy.
That's my concern.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the township that left the firing squad. Yeah, I mean, if you serve, that's up to you. Does the township even need, well, it is the sale. I mean, does the township even need to be involved?
They need to know that there's a license being issued, which is why we're here. But as far as this isn't, if the license isn't issued, it doesn't stop guys from drinking there. They're bringing alcohol in, and we don't have control over that. That's right. That's so they're not bringing in alcohol. We've been in business there 30 years, and is this real wood?
Mostly.
We've never had an accident. This isn't to get guys to have a drink before they go out hunting by any means. This is to regulate. Absolutely.
That's what a liquor license is for, is to regulate the sale of liquor.
Right.
My question would be to your attorney, do you know of any legal liabilities that the township would incur as a result, or any financial liabilities?
No, I wouldn't be. My is Kyle O'Mara, Mr. Anthony's attorney. I work at Ferris and Schwader's law office in Maddox. As far as any liability, that all be covered by the ranger's insurance. As far as the responsibility of the board in the licensing process, this is one of the few types of licenses that would require township approval just because of the size of the community. Unless there were 600,000 people in the township that I didn't know about, then there wouldn't need to be township approval. But since it's an on-premises license in a township of this size, the board needs to approve it. But again, as Mr. Anthony already said, if there's any reason why you shouldn't get a license, the state's going to deny the license. This is just sort of a preliminary. If there's a quota requirement, there are no other Class C liquor licenses. There's no other Class C liquor license in the township.
And that's what this would be considered as a Class
Class
C?
C. And that's just one of the classifications of on-premises liquor license as opposed to like an SDM or an SDB.
So, yeah, what are different classifications? Class C allows the sale of what? You're talking not just beer and wine, liquor also.
Yes, yes. And the classification is more for on-premises license, and it's not, there's other licenses for hotels and stuff like that that don't apply here. But this is for on-premises consumption.
So you're not going to be selling anything to go.
Right, there's no package liquor.
Inside.
That's right. And as Mr. Anthony already said, as far as concerns about people hunting and drinking, that's already illegal. You can't consume alcohol and possess a firearm in the state of Michigan. And on a personal note, I attended a bachelor party at the Rooster Ranch. You don't get more alcohol fueled than a bachelor party when I'm 23 years old. There was no issue. There was actually a talk beforehand with the employees at the ranch, drilled in their heads, and this is not permitted. There was no issue. As far as I understand, that hasn't been an issue. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, I just have one. I know before, if some, and this was a long time ago, so maybe it doesn't pertain now, but if they are granted the liquor license, they don't have to have it like open and available so many days a week. It's just whenever they have a hunt or a fundraiser.
That would be up to the ranch. The license doesn't control, except for Sunday sales or anything like that. There's additional fees to Sunday sales. It's just without the license, they can't sell liquor at all. With the license, they can do what they want.
So even then, even if 2 or 3 guys come up and after a hunt and after the guns are put away, whatever, if they want to sit down and buy a beer, they can.
Right.
A lot of guys take part in that now.
Yeah.
They
Just bring their own in.
And realistically, I mean, it's not to be overlooked that this does provide the opportunity to regulate more because under state law, people coming to the ranch right now can bring in their own booze.
And this is not a way to make money because I don't think there's any money to be made there. This is to control what's going on. We're not in that business. We're in the hunting business, and it's just another thing that we offer.
The question I would have, I'm going to have to address it elsewhere, is would you know the legality does it affect any, obviously on the liquor license on a allotted basis, any affect any other business when you have one liquor license?
Yeah, the only other liquor license is an SDM and an SDB. I think they have both, and that's just for off-premises. This would prevent, if somebody else were to apply for the same license, a township of this size, opens one. But, I mean, that's just the nature of the size of the community. There's nothing that can be done.
Any other questions? Thank you. We'll take it under consideration here.
Christina has a question. Excuse me, sir.
Can we
Mr. Anthony, questions as part of the township?
I think we can
When
open it
that's
up.
part of Robert's rules of order, when a new business is brought up or discussed, then it's input into the. That's part of Robert's rules.
Let them address Mr. Anthony while he's here.
All right, okay. Take the mic. Mr. Gifford.
Okay, just by what I was trying to understand what you were saying. Right now, people bring in liquor and are able, I mean, they hunt, of course, at the Rooster Ranch, but they bring their own liquor to the Rooster Ranch.
They can, just like someone could bring alcohol to your house.
Okay.
That's right.
So by you getting a liquor license, you are able to control the
They can't
alcohol.
bring alcohol in.
Pardon?
They cannot
But
bring
they
alcohol
cannot
in.
bring it in.
That's right.
So it's controlled.
That's right.
Did you see a problem with them bringing their alcohol in, and that's why you've decided to get a liquor license?
No, that's not at all the issue.
Okay.
No.
Okay. My next question is, since you are going to now have this liquor license,
Yes.
if someone is hunting and do have alcohol in their system, will you lose your license? Maybe
Which license?
the
That's-
liquor license.
The liquor license, I don't know how that works as far as, we don't allow any drinking before they would go hunting.
But just a scenario, say that they did.
Yeah, but our bar is closed. It'll be completely locked off.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not an open bar where you walk in and there's alcohol showing. There's a separate building, and it would be like kind of like a concession stand situation where the wall would come up and open when there's a bartender in there.
Okay.
That would be the situation.
Can I ask your attorney that? Can you answer that question? If someone was found hunting on their land and they had alcohol in their system, whether it was from the Rooster Ranch, of course you can improve, they brought their own in, could they lose their liquor license?
Probably. I mean, I don't know all the regulations of the Michigan layer, it's called the licensing regulation administration, but they keep a pretty tight grip on that stuff. I know people lose their licenses for purchasing alcohol minors, so I would assume if that were to happen, there'd be repercussions from the state, the licensing agency. I can't tell you that off the top of my head whether that would happen, but I'm sure that could have an impact on this.
Well, if it's a state law that you can't hunt and have alcohol, then it has to
Sure,
be, there has to be a
I'm sure it wouldn't
repercussion.
sit well, but,
Okay.
you know, that'd be up to the licensing agency.
Okay. My other question is, what liability does that put on your business now, having your liquor license?
Well, there is additional insurance because we do serve alcohol at that point. But right now you have guys that are welcome to bring alcohol in to drink after the hunt, as it stands right now. So, like I said, this is to control the consumption of alcohol, not to dish more out.
Okay.
This is we put on a lot of fundraiser hunts. Well, in those events, there might be, we can handle 84 people hunting. And on that, there might be 130 people that are part of this event. Not all people come to hunt at our place. We have a kitchen, and that's licensed as well. We serve meals, so it's not everybody's coming to hunt. But just like the meals, we don't advertise that we sell meals, just like we wouldn't advertise that we sell alcohol. This is just for the guys that are there for that event. It's not going to be open daily. It's going to be after those events, after they've hunted, it would be open.
Okay. Thank you very much for taking the time to answer my questions. I appreciate
You
it.
close at a certain time, what time do you, and like hunting, is there a certain time that you close? You don't say no more hunting, and that's it?
typically our hunts, those fundraiser style hunts, the hunting concludes between 3 and 3:30, right in there. A lot of times after they're all done hunting, they'll have raffles, giveaways, meetings, things like that. So a lot of times, even though we're done hunting at say 3 o'clock, that big event, they may not get on the road until 5 or 6 o'clock. And this is just for somebody to have a casual drink. It's not a bar situation where I don't know, you're pulling up a chair with having more than one. That's our intent.
Are they close like say around 3 or 4 o'clock each day, each time you have hunting? Does it close at like 4 o'clock before you're hunting? Or is it earlier or later?
The days of the events, there's some hunts in the fall that if it's maybe a father and son behind a dog, you may hunt till close to dark, 6, 7 o'clock. So, but those afternoon hunts go out at noon. When they come back in, they're all done hunting for the day. So on the big events, those shoots, they usually start about 9:15. They'll come in for lunch, they'll go back out until that 3:30 time frame, and then they'll come in, they're done hunting at that point.
Summertime, it could be longer than like...
We're not open during the summer. Yeah. Our season is from August 15th through April 30th, just through the fall, winter, spring months. April 30th, we close down until the following August 15th.
But you have your parties done, right, after that?
No, we're closed that time of year.
They close.
We're closed during the summer.
Okay. Period, right? That's period, right?
Well, that's the time of year we're planting all our crops for hunting, raising our birds. There's no events that time of year.
So in the fall, like say August, whatever you said, till April, you have your parties done, right?
That's right.
Any other questions? Hearing none. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks, sir. All right. What's your pleasure? Table it till we can talk to attorneys?
Yeah, let's do that.
See what our legal ramifications are. Any other discussion?
I move we table it, so we can gather more information,
Do you want to put time frame on it?
discuss it at the next meeting.
All right. Then move, second.
I second that.
Second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. We'll have an answer for you next month. All right, soon enough? All right. We have a gentleman here that our other guest, Orlando Gomez, question of selling 2 cars at his new location, right?
Well, my name's Orlando Gomez. I live at 5270 Cassidy Road. Just like the gentleman from the Rooster Ranch, I also obtained a dealer's license from the state of Michigan, so it's already issued. I have I'm bonded, I'm insured, and most of my sales are on the internet, but I also need to be able to put a couple of cars out on my property for sale to maintain a few cars there, so that I can run through the internet. But there will be times where I may have some that are sitting in front of my home for sale.
Any idea roughly how many cars we're talking? Anyone give that?
3 to 4 at the very most. At the very most, yes.
Where are you located at?
5270 Cassidy Road.
A mile and a half, 2
2.5.
east of 53 on Cassidy.
On the north side road.
Sure.
That's the old beach place.
Were you gonna park the cars by the road or back by the building?
By the building.
do anything in regards to rezoning that?
So he has to take it to the planning commission?
Yeah, he needs to be applying for a land use permit for that. And since that's commercial, it would have to go before the planning commission, not for their approval, but for them to look at. Approval, right now, would be with the zoning administrator. But for any commercial land use, it has to go before the board so they can look at it, before the planning commission. So if you want to stick around, the planning commission meeting is right after.
Okay, that's fine. I think we did.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome to the area.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is up this, I have a letter of resignation from Grant Toner of the Planning Committee. We need approval for that resignation from the board.
Make the motion that we accept Grant's resignation from the planning commission.
And move, we got a second?
I'll second.
Moving seconded, any further discussion? Hearing none.
Is there an effective date on that?
Immediately.
It was January 30th.
All right, we have that down. Effective as January 30th, 2017. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Resignation accepted. We have
You've got somebody's hand raised here.
Don't you normally read letters of resignation? I think Bernadette did when she resigned as treasurer. She read it to the meeting.
We normally read them. She wants me to read it.
I think that's the chairman's discretion. Okay.
I see.
We also have a resignation here from Christina Gibbert from the Board of Review. Need a motion to accept that resignation.
I'd like to make a motion to accept Christina Gibbard's resignation from the board of review.
Effective date on that? We have
It was effective immediately. I think the date was like 7th or 8th of February. I don't have a letter.
okay, so you can get that for us, so.
Yep.
Is there a second to it?
I'll second.
Seconded. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, the same. Resignation is accepted. Okay, so we have, yes, we have to. We need a 7. Greg, who's ahead? I don't think he's here.
Yeah, he's right over there. He's right in there.
Oh, okay. So Bruce to serve on our zoning board, and Jerry Cleveland agreed to serve on the zoning board as the last month that I requested. I guess at this point, yeah, we need to go, Greg Bruce.
I make a motion to approve Greg Ruza to the planning commission.
Moved and seconded that we approve Greg Bruza to the planning commission. Is there any discussion?
What is his term?
Fulfill the vacancy
So he's
of
filling.
Mr. Toner.
And that would be until January of 2018.
Okay, probably that should be enough.
2000 and what?
18.
18? All right, okay. Any other discussion on it? Hearing none, all those in favor of Greg Bruza to the planning commission, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Well, planning commission.
Welcome back.
I gotta read that, swear them in.
Just have to go come up and then they can sign right away.
All right. Would you both like to come up and we'll swear you in on the commission? You all right coming up, Jerry? Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of the Planning Commission in and for the Township of Greenleaf in the County of Sanilac according to the best of your ability. Officially sworn in here. Sign this one.
Jerry.
Sign that one. Jerry, you want to sign this one?
Yes, this one is. Jerry, you need to sign right there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
All right.
That's okay.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Jerry.
Prices for the right place.
All right. The last meeting, we discussed the prices on the outside lighting being placed. Did you get any information on it, Randy?
Yeah, I don't have anything in writing. Basically, I'd have to get up to the lights, take them apart and see what they really need. If we have to replace a bulb and ballast, we're looking at almost half the price of a whole new fixture. We can get a brand new fixture. An LED would be $193 per fixture. Edison is offering a $20 incentive to go with LED, and they would be a 25-watt consumption, and the payoff would be approximately 3 years with the reduced wattage.
So is that like a rebate we would get back?
$20 per fixture, 20 from Edison.
Oh,
Yes. And then the payback would be approximately 3 years operating costs of an LED versus conventional lights that we're using now. But we can fix up the ones we have for roughly about $75, $80 per light, depending on what they really need. Some of them might just need bulbs. I guess my thought is if they need a bulb and a ballast and we're at half the cost of a new one, maybe consider a new one. If it's just going to be half the cost or less, just fix the existing one, something like that. I don't know, it's whatever you guys think is
how many
smart.
do we have?
There's six of these lights around the building. If they all need a bulb and ballast, they're right around $75 or $80 per light to fix them. And we're at about $173 per light to put an LED, which supposedly will have a 3-year payback. So, something to think about. But regardless, we got to get the lights fixed around here. We're in the dark.
Yep.
It's getting to be a safety issue. So, and I'd be happy to take care of it. I mean, if we're willing to spend up to half the price of a new one to fix the old ones, then that's what we'll do. You know what? Just give me some direction, and we'll get it done.
We need a motion.
But you don't know until you get into it.
I have a question. No, I was just going to ask about the neighbors. There's residential people here next door and across the road. The LED is quite bright. Is that going to impact them at all negatively? Have you talked to them about it?
Have you
They're gonna be on a 4-wide, so they'll come on at dark and go off.
It's regulated.
They'll be turned on and off by a 4-wide, so they'll run when it's dark.
But you can also have it so it doesn't shine out to the road.
Well, you
too.
can,
You can adjust them.
well, no,
You can
there's
check-
gonna be a stationary
We can check. the neighbors, that's no problem.
fixture.
So,
Yep, I see that.
Are we on the ones now?
Well, we gotta have lights.
They're in it.
Well, I mean, if the ones that are working now, are we on them or not?
There's one light. I don't think there's anything on this side. Is there a light working on this side?
No.
I don't think so.
No, we went out.
One front
The
light.
one in the front's only part-time.
Yeah, yeah. So,
If you wanna play it safe, let's just fix what we got, and then they're not gonna be any brighter than what we had, and
Yep.
that'd be the safe route. So, let's
Okay,
just do
motion.
that.
I make the motion, to go ahead and fix these lights, 'cause
Okay.
yeah,
we need to do something or we're gonna be liable to somebody.
okay.
I'll
Get a
second.
second.
That makes good sense.
You
Yep.
second it, Judy? Moving seconded. Any more discussion? Rosie? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried.
Okay.
Randy?
Yep.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, moving the dumpsters from Bay City Forestville to Bay City Forestville Road. What's your pleasure? Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Payment of the City Emergency Services. You got a bill for that.
Yes, we did. And you should have it.
I've got it. Well, the bill is $3,124. That's routine bills that we get every month, every year.
Every spring we get it, it's for the ambulance to be able to come out to our township.
Yeah, they can pay that.
Okay, we have an ambulance.
Randy, you need to see it.
I move that we go ahead.
There's a motion to approve it. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded. Any further discussion?
Just a
All those
second.
in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried.
I'm also gonna move that we pay the bills for March. We need to do that or we need
Motion on the table to pay the routine bills. That is
Payroll.
payroll.
And that was by Ken.
Discussion. Second.
Before I do have a discussion, I gave you all a list of what our accounts payables are. So besides the routine bills, if there's anything else that you want to be paid on, then we have to have that approval also.
Well, right now we have a motion on to pay the routine monthly
Okay.
bills that we have listed.
Okay. Okay?
Second.
Yes. Oh,
Seconded.
okay, sorry.
Any other discussion on that? If not, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Now, outstanding bills that we need to address, we probably better address them.
Yeah, there's, well, the rented box, the sanitation, that is a routine one, but
Yep.
we still owe Anderson, Tucky, Bernhard for part of our audit yet. Auto owner's insurance for this building and the other building, the old building. We have a Faro gas bill that needs to be paid. And then there's, of course, the 2 lawyers.
I thought Martin Inc. was already paid.
No, we never paid him the second billing.
So what does this bring the total for him to?
Almost 18,000, a little over 18,000.
Yeah, I need over 10 to start with.
$608.
We got two outstanding.
We don't have to do anything with Anderson Tucky until next month. I've already spoke with them,
Okay.
but the insurance needs to be paid.
You guys hear?
The insurance needs to be paid. Insurance,
Your feral gas is paid.
yeah, and Vero gas.
Rent bonds, that's the one back.
That's normal.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's normal.
I make a motion to pay auto owners insurance and Vero gas.
I second.
Motion on the floor to pay the auto owner insurance bill and feral gas. $1,900, it's $1,187. Is there any discussion?
The one for the dumpsters, that's considered routine.
That's
bill?
routine, that's a routine.
We have that every month.
Shouldn't add that on there. That's routine. Okay. No discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And do you want to address any of the arresting?
Not this time.
Not at this time, that's your feeling?
Not gonna pay.
Motion, if you want to, I need a motion to let in for 30 days. Question, Mr. Parker.
Was that feral gas in 1900? Is that what you said?
No.
1,100.
1,100.
1100? And that's for what, 1 month, 2 months?
No,
What's that?
That was for one fill.
one fill, but we're
2.5, 3 months.
Yeah,
$350 a month to keep this stolen here. Just my opinion.
the other, but
Need a motion on these other ones to table until next month, or what's your feeling? I guess we don't need, you don't approve payment of them, they're just not gonna get paid.
right.
Should we,
Are
should we consider making partial payments to the attorneys? What,
That's,
are they pressuring us or not really?
no.
Let's
So
just let it slide then.
All right, anything else on that? Nothing? Lost my agenda. All right. Moving the dumpsters from basically Forestville to,
No, two basic Forestville Road.
to basically Forestville from M53. What's your thought on that?
It'd be a good idea. Get them up here, we got paid parking lot for it.
Well, I think it's a good idea too, but there are some drawbacks. Number one, the back of the dumpster won't be open. We have to put them in that fenced area. They'll be backed in there, and then everything will have to be carried to the dumpster and thrown over the side, which is doable. And secondly, my dad would not be interested in working over here. Yeah.
So would we necessarily have to put them, could we do it right in the parking lot on the
Well,
side?
no, because what's going to happen is, as soon as it gets dark, you're going to have about 35 tires sitting there because no one's going to patrol it. If you put it in the gate and shut it, then it's safe. That's the drawback.
Did anybody abuse it down here?
Not really, a little bit, but by having the gate closed out at the road.
You're on
you know,
53.
You're on
Shut the gate.
53, my dad's right there, so no one's really trying anything, so to speak of.
But your dad would stay on if we left it down?
Yeah.
Well, let's just leave it down there for the time being. We better line up somebody to do it if he's not going to decide to move here. I'm not sure we have anybody.
You're not going to get near the volume over here because my dad takes his tractor and pushes it down so it makes more room.
Okay, okay.
So there's definitely a downside to it, but I can see eventually this is what we may end up doing.
Well, yeah, if that land sells,
If
we're
that
not gonna have a
sells,
choice, yeah.
Or maybe consider just doing away with dumpsters altogether. Might want to revisit that issue.
So we just wanna table that.
Just want to table it?
Yep.
We need to do any motion to table that? All right. On to the next one.
So we don't need a person to do that.
PA 116s for Eric Brown. No.
Oh,
PA 116 for Eric Brown and Brian Ingram. Need approval or need to sign it.
Where are these parcels?
Ingram's, Mr. Ingram's is.
40.87, so I would think it's probably just get that paperwork done on that 40.
Yeah,
Oh, we did?
this one is on Cassidy Road, this would be, I think, part of Beecher's old place.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where this one's at,
Okay.
for Mr. Ingram. Here's Gilbert, here's Cassidy Road.
We need to approve them?
Yeah, and then, I believe you have to sign this.
Supervisor's got to sign it, but we need approval from the board.
Yeah, yeah.
Any questions? I'll take Ingram's first. Okay, where's this one from? Need a motion to approve.
I'm going to go ahead and approve the PA 116 for Brian.
All right, second.
I second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. And Mr. Ingram's PA 116.
Eric and Karen Brown's is the corner of, it's almost 52 acres. Robinson Road and Hadley.
Say,
That's right next door to me.
yep. Any discussion? Motion?
I move we approve the PA 116 for Eric.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Both opposed, accepted. All right. Last but not least, on a new business proposal for renting the east half of the present township hall. ABCI was here. The proposed spot was not enough room for them. They're interested in renting this half of the building, so twice as much square foot.
Twice as much money.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Have they made an official offer then? That's what they would like to do?
Yeah. Yes. With the understanding that whatever we decide to do in here, Carol and I met with Mr. Eichler, and he said if we wanted some help, if we decided to take him off, that he's really interested in helping.
We would for sure have to put in a passageway door.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yep.
right.
There would be some cost there.
Petition that off,
Yep.
but they'd want this half.
How soon do they want to do this?
Well, as soon as we can get things, they were ready, they had some contractors here that gave them estimates on putting in a service door, and so they're ready to start moving on it. At this point, they wouldn't have to put in the service door, it's just however we petition this. Okay? concerned about the equipment that's in there in relationship to the residents, as far as, you know, but probably from a safety aspect, we probably look to put some kind of addition. But then at that point, we have to say, you're going to use that for your meeting room? No.
I would like to see that meeting room, rent that out. A lot of money.
Your call. I mean, you guys, I mean, they definitely want this half of it.
I make a motion to accept ABCI's proposal to rent this east half of the building.
Move. Is there a second? Second. Discussion. Rosie? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same? All right, proceed with that.
Do you want me to communicate with the county on the building codes and find out
Yep,
about
yep.
what they want us to do then?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else on that? Any other new business?
So just
Go ahead,
okay.
Randy.
Just so everybody knows, this half of the building is going to generate our township $2,000 a month. So that's going to be a pretty good payoff for us. Thank you.
Shouldn't you check out all the things that you're going to check out before the board approves
Nope, we're
ABCI
good.
to come in here?
We're good.
Yeah, but you said you're going to check that out after the board approved it.
I think for $2,000 a month, we can afford to put in the door.
So it's like putting the cart before the horse then?
No, we got it covered.
We'd already approved that half. It's just a matter of doubling the footage. So,
Are you going to end up out in the parking lot having our meetings?
Maybe, somebody has enough money, we might rent the whole building, maybe for the parking lot.
We can meet at the stockyards.
where is it? Oh, yeah. Bernadette Kane has agreed to serve on the board of review. Do I have a motion to accept?
I move we accept Bernadette.
I second that.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Any other new business, guys?
Just that, would you get
Yes.
the internet meeting?
Yeah. We got a bid from Ag Valley Wireless Network for computer hookup in here. You understand it better than I do. Why don't you read it? See what they
Okay, for standard unlimited internet, which is 10 up and 2 down, correct?
I don't.
Is $54.95 a month. Then there's a premium for $69.95 a month, and then a premium unlimited for $99.95 a month. The bigger packages we don't need. We just need a basic package so when we can get on with state email, state websites for elections and that kind of things here, the county website and everything, get our emails here. There's just so much stuff that has to be done online that it would just be beneficial to, Mr. Healy, I'm sure you know how these figures are, correct? Did I say that right? Okay. There are, we would have to have an outdoor antenna, and that's $99, and then a wireless router, which is $35. So, if we can get approval. One other thing on here, I was working with Brenda Kelly, She's a sales executive from Agri Valley. We don't have a choice. We have to upgrade Rosie's tax computer. We don't have a choice. Todd Fackler has been very patient with us in working with our old the tax software, but unfortunately, because it's not supported anymore by by the state or anything, if something was to happen, you know, to it, we couldn't resurrect it at all. And the desktop that Rosie has now is a Vista's computer. It's very old, and it won't even begin to hold the new taxware software. So they have offered to us a tower. It's a refurbished computer tower, but it'll be like brand new. It's got 4 gigs of RAM. It's got a 250 gig hard drive. The computer itself is $250 plus keyboard and mouse. So and the keyboard and mouse is $30. So $300, she would have a computer that would run the new taxware program, and then I would use her computer for all the clerk stuff.
Your original package,
Oh,
you were talking $190.
Yeah, wait a minute. But we had also gotten a bid for a laptop for Rosie, or the desktop. The laptop is 500 gig hard drive and 4 gig of RAM, and that's $350, and it's a laptop. So you're talking the same price whether we go desktop, laptop, but it would probably be easier if we went with the laptop. And that laptop will hold the new taxware program. So you're talking $350.
Is that what you do, young man? This kind of stuff?
A little bit.
When do we have to purchase the BSNA software?
We have to have it by, actually the sooner the better, but if he said we could have it by June, because they have to take the stuff from the old BSA, they have to do everything into the new BSA. And it all has to be done before the new taxes come up. So
We got a little bit of time.
we've got a little bit of time, but not a lot of time.
Excuse me, is that a used laptop or?
No, it's a brand new laptop.
All right, what's your feeling?
They told us we needed it.
Are you talking, are you talking about
So what do you want? We're asking for,
the hookup?
Yeah.
So am I understanding it right? You're talking $600 and then $190 roughly?
2
Well,
computers and the
no.
internet service? What are we
No,
asking for?
No, just one computer. Get Rosie the laptop.
Okay.
I can use the computer that she's using.
Oh, okay.
There's no point
All right.
in,
You're talking about these 3 for the hookup?
yes, these 3 for the hookup, which is, that's a monthly fee.
Yeah. This is a one-time.
That's a one-time fee.
$99 and $35.
Is a one-time fee,
$134 one-time fee, and then $54.95 a month.
correct.
Okay.
And then the one-time fee of $350 for the laptop.
Well, that's your preference, is a new laptop over the refurbished?
Yeah.
Price-wise,
Yeah, you're spending the same, so you might as well have a new laptop.
Understood?
Yep. You want me to make a
Take a
motion?
look.
Yeah.
You're going to need a motion, yeah.
All right, we make a motion that we get the wireless service for $54.95 per month. That will also be a $99 and a $35 one-time fee for installation. And also to approve the purchase of a new laptop for $350, one-time fee.
You get all that? Second to it?
I'll second it.
Second it. Discussion? Kim, question? Hearing none? same. Motion carried. Any other new business at this point? Leave rolling. Public comment. Mrs. Gibbard, please.
Effective immediately, I am resigning from the Greenleaf Township Planning Commission. I took an oath of office to uphold the Constitution of the State of Michigan and the United States of America. I take this oath very seriously. It is my observation other members do not. Greenleaf Township leadership manipulates or ignores the rules and laws of Greenleaf Township in the state of Michigan. Policy is applied by unwritten factors. There are numerous buildings in Greenleaf Township that are not on the tax rolls, and other properties are grossly undervalued. Greenleaf Township leadership consistently benefits the select few. They use their position to optimize self-interest, not the best interest of all Greenleaf Township residents and taxpayers. It is my firm belief that Greenleaf Township leadership is unable and unwilling to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America and the state of Michigan. In good conscience, I cannot remain a member of such an organization. It's from Grant Toner.
I have a question for Mrs. Keller. In the last general fund account that was dated 11/1 to 12/31, there was a check for Randy Martinate for $11,741.72. Why was that posted to the supervisor's expense?
Because that's what it's a board expense. It went under supervisor's expenses. I followed procedure as to what the former clerk did. And that's how she posted lawyer fees, was under supervisor's expense. So therefore, I continued with the same tradition as the former clerk.
Okay.
All right, anybody else? Mr. Osborne.
53 property, that's still up for bid, or?
Yes.
So it's got to be put out for bid.
Yeah, if you're interested, get a hold of me.
Yeah, interested.
Yes. Mr. Wills?
The mobile home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Parker?
Am I understanding that two renters now?
Can't hear it.
Am I to understand there's two people renting this facility out? Two different renters?
No.
Where do you come up with $2,000 a month?
Originally, ABCI was interested in 1/4.
Okay.
They've now decided that doesn't fit their needs. They're interested in half.
So they're going to rent this half?
This half,
This half.
This half.
this whole half.
The whole half.
And they're gonna pay twice as much money to do it.
Where is the meeting going to be held? That over here. So I have concerns about whether this building meets ADA specifications. You had your whole meeting, and I'm 40% hearing impaired. I didn't get half of it. And I'm really concerned that it's been going on, and numerous people have asked about this since this place was open a long time ago. And it's just my concern.
Well, thanks for your concern, Mr. Parker.
There
I think
are
we
some-
would probably address that in a smaller room.
You just said the whole thing
Well,
said to be open, or?
We will be in a smaller room when we're all settled in, so that will help. And there are some available seats here up closer if you choose.
Well, I think the rules or the law reads that you have to accommodate. That's all it reads.
Mr. DeLong, I had one more question before I was
Mrs.
cut
Gibbard?
off. I have a question for you. In the last meeting, I had asked you about the security system.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get that answer for me?
Yes, ma'am. I was going to address it with you here before we closed. I did find what looks to be a security system. I haven't checked with the past owner to see exactly what the protocol was with it. It appears to me as though it was a alarm system only, no surveillance, just an alarm system?
It is an alarm system only, it's wired to the doors.
Yep, and you have to pay for it, and the board at that point had not
It's
chosen.
like a subscription similar to internet, you have to go through the company,
Yes.
and it's wired in, so if someone tampers with a door, it automatically dials 911 and gives the location.
So you're saying there wasn't security cameras?
There is no cameras, it's just simply wired to the doors, there's no cameras with the system.
Well, that's interesting because there was witnesses that seen those cameras. And my question is, were you at the annual meeting where the supervisor at that time said, we already have a security system, so we don't need to budget one? Were you at that meeting?
Yep. You can look into it further. Ms. Goodman.
Okay, I appreciate it.
It could have been referring to just the burglar alarm. Did it specify it was a video or just simply a contact point on the door?
Security camera.
Did they specifically say that? Is it in the minutes?
Anything, Mr. Ball?
Question about the dumpsters. Have we ever bid, or do we just pay, city $1,200 for our dumpsters? Have you ever looked into the cheaper dumpsters? And
They did a few years, it's been, I'll say it's probably been 2 years since, I know it was before, when we were talking about doing the curbside,
pickup?
yeah, that's when they got the latest bid.
3 years. Probably should, good point, probably
At
should.
that point in time, Reliable was the cheapest.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know there's 2 different dumpster ones. Say, local,
well, the one we use from Cass City, Rent-A-Box,
red box.
yeah, that's from Cass City.
FEMA has.
Now, I had thought possibly checking with some of these companies, see if they bring a garbage truck out here, park right in the parking lot, dumpster day, put it in, they didn't think they could save us any money that way.
What about checking back into the curbside garbage pickup?
Still haven't healed from that. It was a good deal, it was a very good deal, but it didn't go over well. If people are interested, if you want to come in and bring it up at a meeting, we'll reconsider it, but unless people voice that they would like it reconsidered, I'm not going there.
If we went to the curbside pickup, it would save our township roughly $8,000 per year, and with all the lawsuits going on, we probably could use that money. But then
But it costs the
each resident would have to pay for it then. We've done the dumpsters as a courtesy towards the residents. But there's a cost.
The whole
It's
dumpster.
$600 per month. It's $300 per dumpster, so it's $600 a month. That's $7,200 plus you gotta pay for somebody to babysit it all day, so we might as well call it $8,000.
What we had in mind when we pursued that was take that money that we're spending on dumpsters, put it towards roads, rather than increase road usage. Get people to handle their own garbage and have the convenience of it picked up at their door. But it didn't go over well.
I have a question on the bond. Has that been approved yet to satisfy the lawsuit?
Has the bond been approved? Yes, it was approved last meeting.
It's been approved.
Yes, yes, yes.
And so when can we expect to move into a facility where somebody like myself that's hearing impaired can participate? Do you have a plan when that's going to be?
Well, Norman, I would suggest move up a little closer, and I'll try and speak up so you can hear better, sir. I apologize on behalf of myself and the board, and with that, I recognize a motion to adjourn.
I have one more question real quick. You said that, are we
Discussion.
paying to put in this door for ABCI, or is ABCI paying for it?
To do what now?
you said that you can afford to put a door in now for ABCI? Are they
No,
going to pay
no,
for it?
they
or
will
we
use
will?
that
No,
door.
no.
So they'll be using that big door there.
Yeah, yeah. We'll have to put in, depending on which room we move into, we'll have to put in a passage door like what we got back there, a 42 or whatever.
But you don't have any date for that or anything? Could be a
Could
couple years.
you get ABCI just to throw that free internet service in since they're using the building?
Well, we're trying.
We're working on it.
We're working on
I
that.
could just tell them that's
We
conditional.
threw that out there, but they didn't bite on it just yet.
We're still working with that, but we're pretty, I can't say 100% sure, but I had to bring the prices up in case we couldn't.
I have a second motion. I have a motion on the table, a second.
Oh, who motioned?
What, to
Adjourn.
Who motioned? Randy, I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Thank you very much.